this could be, here we are just a few minutes before the film is to be shown, this could turn out to be a landmark event. This could be something that really changes the face of the 9/11 movement.
The 9/11 is the paradigm of the fabric of lies and of deception. The mass media is lying. That means those who should control the politician are lying, are the first who are lying. I propose simply to change the situation, to begin to attack them on their territory, going on TV where they are the master, and attack. Well, we have to organize a movement. The battle, the modern battle is here. The media, mainstream media, has changed politics and our life and our way of thinking and our way of love and our way of hating and so on. This is a new situation where we are. That means we will work for the truth on 9/11 and for our liberty, for our mass liberty.
Grazie di essere qui.
Former president of German Bundesbank said there were some put options to buy up some stocks of United Airlines and American Airlines. And for politicians to say something is one thing, but for the president of Central Bank of Germany to say something is more serious and more credible. After my time here and my participation into the NGO meeting in Amsterdam later this week, I'm going back to report to wider group of politicians in Japan. And I'm most grateful for the courage that Congressman Reza has taken in this venue of the European Parliament. If we work together, I think we can be a majority to be backed by many citizens of the world. So it's a great opportunity for the citizens through the internet, which has been the invasion of the military people, and they have the upper hands of the technologies. But now we have the upper hands of the conscience of the people to find real truth. Thank you.
Now, the best known contradiction probably is the Mineta-Cheney story. The Secretary of Transportation, Norman Mineta, reported to the 9/11 Commission that when he went under the White House to the underground bunker, he got there at 9:20 and Vice President Cheney was already there. And then he told this story about the young man coming in and his plane coming in, and this was before the Pentagon was struck. Well, when the 9/11 Commission wrote its account, they said Cheney got there at almost 10 o'clock, perhaps 9:58. So you had a divergence there of about 45 minutes. That's a pretty serious contradiction. Richard Myers, General Myers, who was the acting chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, so he was the the senior military official in the Pentagon that day. So presumably a lot of people knew where he was, and yet there is a contradiction that Myers himself and the 9/11 Commission say that he was up on Capitol Hill several miles away talking to Senator Cleland. But Richard Clark, when he wrote his book, Against All Enemies, reported that he headed up a video conference from the White House and that Richard Myers was in the Pentagon participating in that video conference. So here we have a pretty serious contradiction. Ted Olson reported to CNN that his wife had called him on a cell phone from Flight 77. And this was the proof that Flight 77 was still in the air and therefore helped support the view that Flight 77 was what hit the Pentagon. Ted Olson first said she called on a cell phone, then he said it was a seatback phone, and he went back and forth. finally ended up with saying it was a seatback phone. Well, a 9/11 researcher from Germany contacted American Airlines and said, I see in your material that your Boeing 757s don't have earphones, don't have seatback phones. So how did the people from Flight 77 call? And the customer service representative said, that's right. We do not have seatback phones on our 757s. They had to use their cell phones. In 2006, the FBI turned in a report at the Moussaoui trial on all the phone calls from all 4 flights. And when they got to Flight 77 and they got to Barbara Olson, they said, 1 attempted call, unconnected, 0 seconds. Now this is pretty astounding. The FBI is part of the Department of Justice. And yet the FBI said that the former Solicitor General of the Department of Justice, Ted Olson, that his story about Barbara Olson is not true. She did not call him twice. She didn't call him once. Now this should be screaming headlines. FBI says former Solicitor General was either lied or he was duped. Those are the only alternatives you have.
How do you feel tonight went?
Oh, once we got going, it was quite good. The film was very good, and the discussion. Obviously, the audience was very passionate. Stayed till 11 o'clock, and would have stayed longer if the translators could have stayed longer. So I thought it was a great success.